This video is about the Toronto Maple Leafs and the 2015 NHL entry draft. Wait, no. This video is about the 2015 NHL entry draft. Wait, no. Okay, this video, this one right here, is about the NHL entry draft. Every one of them ever, forever. And the reason I'm focusing on the Leafs besides the obvious is obviously there's a lot of intrigue going on with the Toronto Maple Leafs heading into the draft. They got the 4th overall pick. They got the 24th overall pick. They got a couple picks. Not to mention they kind of fired everybody and they're changing their perspective. Their draft strategy, if you will. But there has been one little argument about the Leafs draft strategy that is just it hits that little fan thing in me. That little fan thing in you that goes, no, I'm gonna leave this one alone. On second thought, I can't. Basically, a lot has been made about the Leafs wanting to hit with every pick, which I don't even know why that's a controversial thing to say, as opposed to what, whiffing and sucking? Well, we're hoping to hit with 1 or 2 picks, but ultimately whiff with most of them. Anyway, I've seen some people, and I'm not jumping on these people, but I've seen some people go, look, the Leafs stink, so they need to not worry about drafting star power, they just need to get an NHL player. Basically, the Leafs need any NHL player right now. Well, okay, let's examine that for a second. Why don't the Leafs go for, and this one's my favorite, safe picks? Okay, what does that mean? That is some old school video game NHL 2006 or 2008, whichever it was, logic. Well, this prospect has a 90 potential, but it's in red because it's from an untrustworthy scout. And this guy's got a 75 potential, but it's in green because it's from a really good scout. This guy's not gonna be that good, but this guy could be a bust. You know what? I'm gonna go with the safe pick. Stop that! This is real life, son! But what mainly confuses me when it comes to this is what exactly does safe pick mean when it comes to the Leafs? Because I'm not totally sure, but I'm pretty sure safe just means bad. You should never go for a guy who is gonna be a 3rd or 4th liner. Oh, they might end up that way, but the idea is to hope for more. And what's also weird about that is some people seem to be confused by the idea that the Leafs were making safe picks. Because safe to me means, yeah, slam dunk, he's gonna be an NHL player. Because I went back and it's been over 10 years of basically nothing. Here, I went all the way back to 2002. Here's a list of every single forward the Leafs have drafted since 2002. You tell me how many names you recognize and how many names are legitimate NHL players. Are you ready? Alex Steen, Matt Stajan, it drops off after this. Scott May, Jarkko Wiemann, and Martin Saget, Konstantin Volkov, John Mitchell, Jeremy Williams, Sean Landell, Roman Kuchenberg, Robbie Earl, Jan Stieber, Pierce Norton, Chad Rao, Johan Dahlberg, Alex Berry, Leo Komarov, Tyler Rugsager, Victor Stahlberg, Nikolai Kulemin, Yuri Talusti, Dale Mitchell, Matt Fratton, Ben Winnick, Christina Medico, Jerome Flake, Joel Champagne, Mikhail Stefanovic, Jimmy Hayes, Nazem Kadri, Kenny Ryan, Jamie Devan, Jerry D'Amico, Brad Ross, Greg McKegg, Sondre Olden, Sam Carrick, Daniel Brodin, Josh Nichols. We pause at 2011. Tyler Biggs, Josh Leo, Tony Cameronesi, David Brohl, Dominic Toninato, Connor Brown, and Ryan Rupert. Now, Alex Steen, Matt Stajan, and John Mitchell, those are all examples of players that the Leafs drafted, and you could argue they developed them as well. Stajan and Mitchell, there is no question that they developed them. Steen, but the problem there is those guys were drafted in 2002, 2003. That was too long ago. So since John Mitchell was drafted in 2003, how many legitimate NHL forwards have the Leafs A, drafted, and B, developed? Perfect example, 2006 Leo Komarov. Well, he doesn't count. They didn't develop him. He spent forever in Finland and Russia, and he came to the Leafs because he felt like it. Victor Stahlberg, they got rid of him pretty early on. Yuri Talusti is another guy the Leafs were in the middle of developing, and then they just gave him away. Matt Fratton, well, there's the difference between has NHL experience and legit NHL player. Jimmy Hayes, Leafs drafted him, traded him away. So basically, since John Mitchell in 2003, I have the Leafs drafting and developing 2 legitimate NHL forwards, Nikolai Kulemin and Nazem Kadri. Now, some of the guys on that list from like 2011, 12, 13, 14, they haven't been around long enough to fully judge them, but that is, wow, awful. Now, who in there was a safe pick? What is a safe pick? You know what's a safe pick? Connor McDavid. Oh, there have been 1st overall busts before, but overall, if you pick 1st overall, you're probably gonna hit. What is a safe 3rd round pick? Here's what I think a safe pick might mean, and a perfect example of the Leafs ignoring it and having success. So, you get late into the draft, you're getting into the 5th round, the 6th round, the 7th round. Who are you gonna go for? Who is the safe pick? Who are you gonna get bang for your buck from that late in the draft? Odds are you're gonna go for a guy with a little bit of meat. You're not gonna go for the top scorer because most of those guys are already gone, but you're gonna go with a big meanie who can punch them all in the face and impressive body. Check him into the boards. 6'3", 220-pound teenager. 2011 6th round, the Leafs decided to nab Connor Brown. Fast forward not even 3 years, right now he looks like one of the most promising prospects in the entire Leafs organization. There's a guy who could be a top 6 NHL forward one day. And worst case, he'll be playing on your 3rd or 4th line because he'll be better than that big guy who sucks. So look, I totally agree with the sentiment that the Leafs need to draft any NHL forward at this point. But you know how you get NHL players? I mean, I'm not an NHL scout, I'm not a general manager, but I'm pretty sure it's by drafting good hockey players. You see, because the NHL is the best hockey league in the world, and it's full of really good hockey players, so you should probably try to draft really good hockey player. That's just me. That's just me. I'm one guy. So next time someone says, you know what, I want the Leafs to make a safe pick, just say, well, what do you mean by safe pick? And when they ultimately A, can't answer, or B, give you a dumb answer, just go, hey, that's neat. Thanks for your input. So questions for down below in the comment box. What is a safe pick? Is there such thing as a safe pick? You ever say a word too many times and it loses its meaning? I'm sorry. Be safe.